it's TxStampin Sharon. I am showing you a new technique that I learned and I hope you're inspired. I will tell you all about it during the video. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you. I invite you to hit the subscribe button below and then hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. If you currently already don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to help you with your Stampin' Up! Supply needs. I've been doing this for 23 years and I love teaching and sharing. You can find out how to contact me, my blog, how to sign up for my newsletter, all in the description box below the video. Just click that read more button. Let's get started. On today's video, we're playing with two stamp sets, Forever Fern and So Sentimental. I needed to make some thank you cards for my daughter's baby shower. And she has decided not to go with the traditional blue, baby blue stuff. She wanted something more neutral. Okay, what does that mean? So when I started talking to her about it, she's like, you know, just like leaves and natural. And I'm like, got it. Okay, so I have been wanting to try out a new technique that I have seen called, I think it's called split card front. We're going to call it split card front. Although I've made some split cards. I got to find out the name. I think they call it split card. Basically, we're going to be making two cards at one time. I can't wait to share this with you. It's super fun. When I sent these cards, pictures to my daughter, she was like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted for thank you cards. So I pulled out every green stamp pad I have. I have Garden Green, Just Jade, Seafoam, Pear Pizzazz, Shaded Spruce, and Old Olive. I think I even have some more greens, but I wanted to use all the leaves in different colors. So the first thing I did was I stamped just a couple of each of the leaves, and then I'm going to take these to the die cutting machine and cut them out. I have some cardstock bases and layers. I'm using Whisper White Thick, which is my go-to, 5.5, 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Just Jade, which is a new in color this year, that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I opted for a layer of Shaded Spruce, just to give it a little bit different look with her mats. Same measurements, 4 inches by 5 1/4. The other thing I'm going to use are just some scrap pieces of my different greens. I just picked the ones that I already had pieces, scrap pieces for. And then these are the dies. Now, you know, when you purchase the bundle, you save 10%. I love the fact that some of these dies cut out the outline, and then yet some just give me just the pattern. So this is just going to be my solid leaves, and then these will cut out my other leaves that I already stamped. So I have cut my Whisper White cardstock. This is just the regular. I have cut it at 5 inches by 7.5 inches. And I have my paper trimmer from Stampin' Up. I'm not using the blades. I'm going to be making a mark with my pencil. Now, when my friend sent me this card idea, she saw it done with flowers. And since I am trying, like I said, to come up with some cards for my daughter for her thank you cards for the baby shower, which is grandbaby number 10. I might add that plug. I decided to try it with the fern and the leaves. Okay, so I have put the edge of my cardstock at 3 3/4 because I already have my mats cut. Remember, I shared those with you at the beginning. And now I'm just going to make a pencil mark down the middle. It doesn't have to go all the way. I know that there's a line all the way across. And now we're going to start stamping. So for that stamp, notice I stamped so that both of the stamps, just a little bit, was on each of my card layers. And then My daughter loves eucalyptus, so we're going to add some of those. I know it kind of looks like a jumbled mess right now, doesn't it? But it's going to be fun. Now I can take some of my pieces and actually adhere them on both sides if I want to. And these pieces are kind of long, so I do want to do that. Yes, I could cut it in half now, but we're going to be doing some time-saving stuff with this card. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue. Which way do I want it? I think I want it like this. And then I'm going to do the same thing with another piece. Now I know you're probably wondering, how many pieces did I cut out? Remember, I'm making a lot of thank you cards, so I did not really count, because whatever I don't use on the video, I will be using for my daughter's cards. Now, again, looks like a jumbled mess, but it's going to be so pretty when we're done. Bringing my paper trimmer back in. I'm going to put this right at the 3 3/4. And I'm going to pull it towards me because it'll be easier to cut those die cut pieces. And now we're ready for the fun to begin. I'm going to go ahead and snip this piece off because I know it's hanging off. And I know I want one card to have it on the side, and then the other one, I want it to have the leaves on the bottom. So even though I stamped them and worked on them both at the beginning side by side, now they're going to look totally different. Or I could even turn it this way, or I could make them both that way. So then I'm going to start taking some of the leaves, and I'm going to add some dimensionals. Remembering that I have these solid pieces. Then I'm going to add some adhesive to one of the leaves so that I can add my tiny pieces like that. And then here's that eucalyptus. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and cut in half. And now we're going to start adding leaves to our card front. And anything that's hanging off, I'm just going to snip it with my snips. The fun part is deciding where do I want to put some of these to give it more texture. Yeah, maybe over here. And since this is a dark piece, I'm going to use my black dimensionals on just a few of the leaves. Okay, so now we're just gonna snip off anything that's hanging off. Now remember, we have to do our thank you, and she didn't want it to say, I can't thank you enough. I just wanted to thank you. I love this. This is from the So Sentimental. So I'm using my Shaded Spruce marker, Stampin' Right marker. And that's the beauty of being able to use the markers straight onto the stamps. Yes, you can put it on photopolymer or on the red rubber. Next, I'm going to use a little hot air and I'm going to exhale. I don't want to blow on it. I don't want it to be drier. I just want to re-moisten that Stampin' Right marker. And then we're going to stamp it where we want it. So pretty. And then we're going to do it again. A little bit more hot air. And now we're ready to mount them. Before I go any further though, I want to talk to you about using your marker and your stamp. So when you clean your stamps, whatever system you use, I prefer this system, the Stampin' Mist and the Stampin' Scrub. Whenever you clean your red rubber especially, I don't notice it as much on the photopolymer, but the rubber is a little porous, I think. So when you exhale, you can actually draw color out of the, whether it's from the cleaning system, whether it's from the ink still on the stamp. So I just keep doing that until I get a clean image and I don't see it anymore. Okay, so that's very helpful because especially if I had used the whole stamp in a stamp pad and I cleaned it when I did the exhaling, I may see the shadow of my other words that I didn't want on there. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble our cards. I am using the new Stampin' Seal Plus. I have found that it uses very little and it's super strong. It's not going to come apart. So make sure you put the card where you want it. A little bumpy because of my leaves on there, I guess. I am holding it straight up, if you notice that. So this is the Just Jade card base, or card layer rather. You know, I think it's because, yeah, see, I put those leaves on, so it's a little bumpy. So we're just going to do it this way. And there you go. I have 2 cards using this fun split card front technique. And I already have 4 cards now for my daughter for her baby shower. Happy stamping, y'all!